Hello, my peoples. It is Dragon Drawing Day. Let's do this, as well as tell some Texan stories. Growing up in Texas is an interesting place. It makes your feet itch. It's the land of cowboy boots and Stetson hats, and eccentric neighbors. While living there, our such neighbor had 100 wild Arabians that just ran around in his backyard. They weren't tame, you couldn't ride them, you couldn't do much with them other than look at them and admire them, which as a young child, I did. I very much enjoyed sitting out on a fence and just watching the horses run by. He also had a couple of pet mule deer. They were sweet and affectionate, except for when Buck grew his antlers. All of a sudden, he was less nice and wasn't as friendly to being pet. And in case you're wondering, it is not a fun experience being pronged by a deer. Texas is also weird, like you'll find random dead armadillos out behind the playset. And if the wildlife isn't weird enough, you could always go and try out the local restaurants. There was this great family restaurant that my parents liked to take us to. Don't remember what the name is, but I do remember the 10-foot slide that would open up in between the square dancing. And that thing seemed bigger than life, and you can slide on down while the band played for the children's enjoyment, as well as square dancing. Often I would ask my parents if we could return to this magical restaurant with the 10-foot slide, but more importantly, I begged my father to wear a tie to this restaurant, because it was against the law to wear a tie in that restaurant. If you did, one of the waiters would come up with a pair of scissors, snip off the end, and add it as a trophy to decorate the wall. Boy, was it fascinating going through and looking at all the different ties, and I so wished and begged my father to sacrifice one of his ties so it could be a trophy on that wall. And me as a child could proudly point and say, haha, that's my dad's. Sadly, being a child of some petty pictures, never got the satisfaction. But that's okay. But spending some of my childhood in Texas led to some rather fond memories. It's a beautiful land of sun and heat, and it never really got cold there. But it might get cold in the sky above Texas, which would lead to hail. So in winter, we would never get snow, but Texas would leave its trophy marks on your car that was parked outside during hailstorms. I'm older and I've moved away, but I have heard tell that there is a booming businesses in Texas which repairs hail dents. So if you're ever in Texas, make sure to wear your boots, wear your hat, and park your car inside, and never, ever, ever wear a tie in that warm restaurant, but you'll enjoy the barbecue. And if you were a child like me who didn't wear your boots, your feet always itch, because it is the land of fire ants. And as soon as I was done with my homework, I would run outside and just enjoy the summer heat. And it was more important to me to be one with the earth than it was to protect my feet from the incessant stings from the fire ants. And after I was done playing, I would run inside and scratch my feet for hours. After moving away, it was a rather odd existence, not having my feet itch, no matter how my mother would beg me to wear my shoes. Well, that's our painting for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Toodles!